3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Mic test. Good. Good. So hi everyone and welcome to Trading Review 5.2. It is Thursday, the 9th of July, 2026. And this is the New York session review from the current 50K Fibers challenge that I'm trading. So as you probably know, I decided to separate the London and New York for now because the workload is a bit too much for me to put everything for evening and try to basically get everything done in the second part of the day. So because of these reasons, I will try to separate the sessions, perhaps with also better insights and less time spent on reviewing, because I analyzed and my videos tend to be quite long when it comes to review the whole day. So this being said, let's get into the charts and let's have a look at what happened in the New York session for my charts. Here I will start by saying that if I'm going on the daily, we have a big range in the Nasdaq. I was very aware of this. We have a very big range. Although yesterday we have swept all this liquidity here, this lows, and I was aware of this, and we closed also with a bullish candle. This was a bullish close here. It's undeniable. We have literally rallied in the overnight session. This is where we closed last night. This was the closing price. It's marked over here. This is a 15-minute chart. We went higher in London. I don't have here the sessions, but I do have them here. We closed here last night. This was Asia, this was London, and this is where the session started. So let's go back on the chart and let me show you exactly what I saw when I got at the charts and how my trading basically was framed around the levels from the overnight and pre-market. So I'm not going to start by putting yet the executions because it's going to be messy, but what I want to show you, it's basically the framework that I'm trading every single day. This was the opening candle. This was the 1 minute candle over here. So in a couple of hours, I would say 1 hour is not even a couple of hours, is 45 minutes before the open, we have been in this tight range. So I was looking at this and I said, okay, are we going to come first for pre-market highs after this strong impulsive? If we're going to come first for pre-market highs, I'm going to look for shorts. But if we are going for the lows, I'm going to try to look for longs. And what happened? At the open, we had this candle. I saw this impulsive candle going down. And some way halfway through, as this candle was unfolding, I decided to sell. I can add actually the executions right now. And the reason I decided to sell is because I had a clear point where I wanted to take profit, and not only where I wanted to take profit, but where I was somewhat waiting to see how the market is going to react. So I have shorted in this candle here at 29,473, which was very close to actually to the bottom of the, very close to the level that I was looking to be trading to, which was again a key level for me. I have opened one short here and one short in this candle, as this candle was basically coming down. So this candle opened, went all the way high, and as it was coming down, you can see where the X, that X is 495. That's where I took the second short. We tapped the important level that I was looking for to be tapped. And what did I do? I took profits, and not only did I take profits, as you can see, I had one position, one lot and another lot, and here says I bought 3 lots. Basically what I've done, 2 lots were bought back from the short positions that were opened previously, and 1 lot was what I took as when I saw this candle closing. So I took 1 lot, I flipped, I closed my shorts, I took a minor profit, but it was a profit, and afterwards I flipped long. I flipped long with 1 contract, with 1 lot, and afterwards in the next candle, 20 points like higher at 493, I added another one. This was a textbook entry and exactly as per my plan. Why? Because I've seen exactly everything that I wanted to see. I traded towards the liquidity point that I wanted to see tapped, and I traded also from it. This is my bread and butter setup. I don't have to always trade towards the liquidity point and from it, because it's very difficult to predict every single move of the market. But once I see one of the levels that I want to see them tapped, and I see a reaction that is confirming that we are rejecting that level, then I'm in. And basically the profits, the consistent profits, like the big chunk of the profits for the day, came from this entry and this entry. Where did I exit it? Very simple. I offloaded my position here once we took the pre-market highs. I didn't need to be in the market for much more. So I entered 475, 493, and I offloaded at 592 and 582. This was about 100 points, two trades for 100 points each, or 120, 110 points, 100 points each. I took basically 200 points on a one lot position, so this was about $200. Everything was going perfectly fine. Everything was going perfectly fine. We were trading in this candle. I said, okay, we are looking quite strong. After I took profits at the highs here, pre-market highs, I said, I'm going to give market a bit of time to see what is happening and what it wants to do. Now, mind you, I had all along while I was taking these trades, I had in mind that we are in a big range. I had in mind that we can at any time just reverse. And I actually, this is one of the things that I wanted to see. I wanted us to see reversing, but I didn't know when this is going to happen and how this is going to happen. When I was here, when I closed these positions, I wanted to see us reversing. So I saw this candle and I said, okay, I'm willing to take a risk here, because I was already in some profits for the day. And I said, I'm going to risk just a tiny part of it, a third of it. So I was in this candle, I took two lots. And the moment I saw this bullish close, I said, okay, the market doesn't want to pay for the shorts at the moment. So I decided to take a small break. And what happens is, unfortunately for me, in the next moment, while we were trading in this area here, I have decided willingly, it was my own will to do this, I went on a Discord group that I'm part of, that I joined a while ago, and I have watched their forecast for the day. And not only have I watched their forecast for the day, but exactly at that time when we were trading here, I happened to see that they were posting a setup. Now, their setup was very simple. The way that, if you're part of Discord groups, you know very well that they are guided by a certain strategy or a way to trade. Now, I think it's very important to say that since I joined this Discord group, I have felt like there is something inside of me that doesn't sit. There is something inside of me that basically rebels against the way they trade. And when I'm saying this has to do a lot with what I was trying to talk about in yesterday's video. It is my duty to identify what type of trader I am. And the easiest way to identify what type of trader you are is to have, it's actually, I learned this way, is to be part of different groups, of trading groups, to understand how they are trading, what is their strategy, and not only strategy, what is the way that they look at the market. Because everyone can look at direction, but direction serves you very, very well when there is a trending market. Direction doesn't serve you as well anymore when the market, it's when the price is found in a range like this. So if you're trying to be smart here and say that, okay, I had a bullish candle and we're going to go for the highs, guess what? Maybe we go, maybe we don't. But the higher probability when you are in a range is that the range is going to continue rather than the range is going to break. You don't even know if it's going to make it to the 50%. So, as I was saying, I felt from the beginning that there's something in me that literally comes apart whenever I hear or I see their trades. And this is because I realized that I trade exactly the opposite way of how they trade. So I don't think I want to go further into this. I think the lesson is to realize what is it the trading style that you want to trade, that resonates with who you are as an individual and with who you are as an upcoming trader, with what kind of trader you want to become. But watching the breakdown, they have decided to buy here in this candle. And I will be more specific, and I will look here and I will say it was, one second, somewhere here. Here was it? One moment, please. I'm going to have a look. I think it was just here at the formation over here. So we had this gap, the reaction, bang. This was their entry. I allowed myself, because it was me, there's nothing to do with the group or anyone. It's only me. Responsibility and accountability is on me. I allowed myself to be influenced by this. And from me looking for shorts here, which I actually took a short here, I took a short and it didn't work out, but that's fine. I could have again tested to continue probing the market. From taking a short, look what I've done. I longed over here at the highs with 2 lots. And afterwards, as I saw this 1 minute candle, I said, okay, we confirmed that we want to go higher. I'm going to long with another 2 lots. What happens next? The inevitable happens. We come all the way down. I had my stops here at the structure here at the 5 minute block. We had a 5 minute block here. Here is where my stops went at the open candle of this. I took my loss of the first 2 long positions here at the high. I took my loss here. And when we arrived at this liquidity point where we were testing the market highs, I said, okay, I was already, I would say I was emotional. I was very, very, very disturbed internally by what I've done. And it made, I was also bitter in the same time towards them. And this is unfairly bitter towards them because they have absolutely nothing to do with this. But what it did, it made me realize once again, it made me realize that when you trade and when I trade, I should be minding my own business, trade the way I trade. And afterwards, if I really want to compare my analysis with their analysis, it should happen post-market to see if there is something that I can learn, because you can learn from anyone. I'm not saying that these people are not doing things that are not useful for a community of people to learn. They are, but again, they don't align with who I am as a trader. And long story short, I allowed myself to be influenced, very bitter after this. After this execution that I had, I basically bought at the highs. It's one of the things that never works with me. And I realize it's very difficult for me, unless we have a clear trend, it's very difficult for me to be a breakout trader. I can buy a retracement. I can buy a pullback. I bought here at the lows. I bought here at the lows. But this was my setup. This was my 8 a.m. candle low. I wanted the price to be there. I traded towards it and I traded off it towards the pre-market highs. That is who I am. That is my trading style. It's a lesson. It's a lesson that I think I have to just stomach it, go through it. And it happened many, many times. I'm sure that if you're a trader and you try to learn, I'm sure that you joined groups online, be it for free or even paid groups, and you tried to, you try to basically improve your knowledge, and you try to improve yourself as a trader. Everyone does it. But please, I cannot stress it enough. Try to understand who you are as a trader. Don't let anyone mold you into something that you're not, just because you see that they are posting things online that they are profitable. I kid you not, since we've been trading in this range here, this group that I'm being part of, they've been taking, I don't know if they managed to take, perhaps from over here somewhere in the past 1 month, 2-3 weeks at least. I don't know when they've been taking their last win. I cannot remember when. And you will see online that you will have all these kind of people who are profitable and they teach you their strategy and so on. That is fine. They can be profitable in certain market conditions. But I think it's very important for you to understand who you are as a trader and align the execution style that you want to adopt with who you are and not let yourself being influenced by someone else. And also, not to say that the markets, most of the time, if you are in a group that knows how to trade only when the markets are trending, which, let's put it this way, not to talk down to anyone, because I'm not in that position and I wouldn't do that, and that's not my message. Everyone knows how to trade a candle that goes to the moon. It's very simple. You put a bigger stop, you close your eyes, you let the chart do its thing, you come back in the evening and you say that you're a good trader. I don't want to talk down again to anyone, but it's very simple to look at this chart at NASDAQ and say, oh, my strategy worked all the way. And even here, like after this trauma, when you are a trend trader, after this traumatic experience here, you tell me, how are you going to approach every single candle until you break out and you see whether we're going to hold or not? So what I'm trying to say, I think it's, again, I went a bit overextended, but it's something that I have in my heart. I'm just trying to find the best way to understand myself and my style as a trader, and that's definitely not in buying here. That's not my style as a trader. In buying here at the highs, I never want to do this again. Whenever I enter into a trade, I want to see a reaction from the level immediately. That's the type of trade that I feel most comfortable in. Yes. Does that mean that I'm going to take a lot of losses before a win? Yes. Does that mean that I'm going to have a low win rate? Yes. Does that mean that perhaps it's going to take me a while to understand whether my edge works or not, or whether it works at all? Yes. I've seen results with this style of trading, and it's not about necessarily the results. It's about, again, what resonates with you, what resonates with me. In this case, I'm talking from in first person, what resonates with me. So if there's one lesson for today, I went a bit on a rant, but I'm just speaking my heart here because I love this craft so much, and I wouldn't give it for anything else. And I encourage you to do the same, but find out who you are as a trader. Don't let anyone to put you in a box and to tell you that you need to be a range trader, or you need to be an ICT trader, or you need to be a trend trader, or you need to be a supply and demand trader, and so on. Find out what suits you best. Yeah. And I think tomorrow objective is going to be very, very simple. No opinions from outside, just stick to my framework. If I take a loss, I take a loss. I learned, I annotated, I did my review, I annotated my charts, I learned something, and I move on. Thank you for watching. Until next time, trade safe, and I will see you in the next review.